A lot of videos, mine included, talk about a lot of things that you need to do on YouTube in order to get views on YouTube. You know, thumbnails, titles, retention, all of that stuff that we know that we have to do in order to create a great response for our viewers here on YouTube. But what I'm gonna be sharing with you today is legit actionable information that you can start implementing today to start getting more views on your YouTube videos and getting more exposure overall to your YouTube channel. Keep in mind, some of the things I'm gonna be sharing with you are gonna help you start getting more views right away, and some of the things are gonna need just a little bit of time in order to fully get seeded correctly or to get picked up, so to speak. Some of these are super easy and they take almost no time whatsoever once you get everything set up. And of course, we gotta have one in here that's gonna take you a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes or so. And as a heads up, I've never made this video before on my channel. And look, I'm going to mention some social media sites, and as I'm mentioning them, rest assured that I'm not going to tell you to use them in the traditional ways that you're used to using them. What I'm sharing is gonna help you grow your YouTube channel as well as your overall influence online. So let's start right now with the actionable stuff. This very first one on the list, you're going to need a Twitter account for. And what you wanna do is you want to create a Twitter account. You wanna start posting to that Twitter account every single day. And you also want to make sure that you start letting your viewers know that you have that Twitter account. But wait, there's more. Make sure that you put the link to your YouTube channel in your bio, and also make sure that you fill out your bio letting people know that you have a YouTube channel and you make the type of content you do. Both of those things are extremely important, and they'll make sure that the efforts that I'm getting ready to tell you here in a second do not go to waste. The next thing you want to do is you want to pick the best video on your YouTube channel, the one that you're the most proud of, the one that people have responded to the best. Even if it's only got 10 views on it and you typically get 5 views, that would be your best video. Pick that one. Then simply pin it to the very top of your Twitter feed. And just so you know, what we're doing right now is we're setting up your Twitter account so that when you follow the information I'm gonna be sharing with you here in a second, people can be exposed to your stuff. They can click on it, they can come to your channel, they can watch one of your videos, the whole nine. Now, after you create and set up your account, the next thing you wanna do is go and follow everybody that you like in your space and the type of content that you make. And while you're there, follow me as well. You can find me at Nick Nimmin. I'll put a link to that down in the description. But once you start following the other people in your niche that you enjoy, they can be big creators, they can be smaller creators, it doesn't matter. The idea is that you wanna start having conversations on Twitter around the type of content that you make. Here's why. As you start joining the conversation around the type of content that you make, as you start being engaged on Twitter, one thing that's going to happen is you're gonna have some people that will like some of your comments. They'll see maybe your channel name or whatever it is that your Twitter handle is, and they'll be intrigued by it. Or if you just use your name like I do to where it's not that intriguing, then in that case, you gotta make sure that you're relying on your tweets and that you're involved in the conversation and that you're just paying attention and that you're saying some fun stuff and that you're coming across as a fun and cool person. As you join the conversation, this can be on large Twitter accounts around the type of content that you make. Just being involved there and saying fun and clever things or just things that add to the conversation, whatever it happens to be that's appropriate for the type of content that you make. But as you're interacting with that conversation, what's going to happen is some people are going to see your name or they're going to see your tweet. They're going to end up clicking on your profile. Once they land on your profile, they're going to see your bio that lets them know that you have a YouTube channel. They're going to see your link, and they're even going to see that video highlighting your best content. Keep in mind, this isn't something that's going to cause your YouTube channel to blow up. However, there's some huge wins going on here because the people that are exploring your content, that do come in and enjoy your content, they're coming in because they are checking out your stuff. And if they start watching videos on your channel and they enjoy that content because you're making awesome stuff, because I know you are, based on how YouTube works, as you start having people trickle into your YouTube channel from this activity and they start enjoying the content that you're putting out, then this gives YouTube more data on who is a great fit for your content, which in turn will help their system identify who's enjoying your content for the people that are coming in, which then will help their system have better predictions on who the right people might be to show your content to on platform as well. And as a bonus, you are also starting sessions of people coming in and starting their YouTube experience on your YouTube channel or your YouTube video, which is another awesome thing for YouTube. Next, make a Pinterest account. I think I probably know what you're thinking when I said that, of course, depending on the type of content that you make, and that thing that you're probably thinking is along the lines of Pinterest? Pinterest? Pinterest may or may not be a great fit for the type of content that you make, but I can tell you this, Google is a great fit for the type of content you make, and Pinterest posts show up in Google, they show up in Yahoo and other textual search engines as well. So make a Pinterest account and then start pinning your videos, and every single video you publish, make sure that you pin it to Pinterest. Make sure that you optimize your title of your pin and your description of your pin for search, because that's the play that we're going here for. We're trying to get these to show up in search more. Now, in addition to that, just because you're posting them to Pinterest, you might also grab some traffic from Pinterest as well. But like I was saying before, make sure that you optimize the title and description of your pin for search, just like you would do the same exact thing for YouTube search. Even if you're not optimizing it for search on YouTube, even if you're making a recommendation play and you're trying to get into recommendations more, still use Pinterest to optimize for search. Next is Reddit. Now, when it comes to Reddit, the typical advice that you might hear about Reddit is, hey, when you publish a video, just go over to Reddit and share it in a subreddit that is related to the type of content that you make. Now that works. However, there are indeed some complications because some of them just don't allow you to make video posts. But we have a way around that. And once you set up what I'm getting ready to share with you, all you have to do from that point forward is just be active on Reddit, and then everything else will take care of itself. So here's what you do. Go to Reddit, create an account under your YouTube channel name. If your YouTube channel name is not available on Reddit, just pick something that's really close to it. Just try to get it as close as you possibly can, because this is going to be the way that you're going to be interacting on Reddit when you're interacting underneath your channel. Once you create your account on Reddit, the next thing that you have the option to do is, of course, if you want to, you can create a subreddit over there and you can try to grow that subreddit as well so that you can just post anything that you want there anytime that you want. You can absolutely do that. That's not what we're talking about today, but you can absolutely do that too, just as a bonus thing if you want to. But what you should do is you should create your account, and then once you create your account, go to your profile, fully set up your profile over there. But the thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you create a post into your profile that lets people know that you have a YouTube channel, and also let them know that they need to open up the actual post to have a link to your YouTube channel. Of course, you can make the headline anything you want when you're putting that post together, but if you don't know what to say, you can use this template. I'm a content creator. Click this post to visit my YouTube channel. And just as a heads up, if you make content in a lot of places, then you can change that YouTube channel part to, my accounts or my social accounts, anything like that. But the idea is that you want to just let them know that if they click into that post, then they're going to see where they can find out more information about you or your YouTube channel or whatever the thing is. Once you have that post created and published, the next thing that you want to do is pin that post to your profile. Now, for Reddit, let's talk about why you're setting all of this up. So basically how Reddit works, if you're not familiar with it, is as you're interacting on Reddit and you're involved in the conversation there, what happens is, when you say clever things or whatever, people will click on your name and that will take them to your profile. When they land on your profile, they can look at your post history, your comment history, all of that. So make sure you're keeping it clean, at least on the account that's connected to your YouTube channel. And when they do this, they're going to see your post pinned at the very top of your post section. From there, once you have that set up, all you have to do is interact there just like you would be interacting on Twitter, and then people will slowly start trickling into what it is that you're doing. And keep in mind, all of these things can be done while you're just sitting there waiting for something, while you're watching TV. There's hardly any effort involved. Once you do this setup part, there's hardly any effort involved in actually maintaining that and just going in and just participating in conversations around the type of content you make. And really, as a content creator, as somebody that should be trying to have a deeper and deeper understanding of the people that they're trying to reach with their content, you should be doing this anyway. I'm just showing you how to actually set everything up so you can take full advantage of all the interactions that you're having. Okay, for this next one, out of all of the things that we're talking about here, this one is going to end up taking you the longest amount of time. And this is one that's going to be a lot more active in terms of the work that you're putting in versus it being more passive where you're just like hanging out and being in the conversation. But this is another one that you can reap rewards from in the future. Now, the whole thing with what I'm getting ready to tell you is about seeding, right? So basically you're putting this stuff out there and then it does take some time to get picked up. So because of that, you want to make sure that you're following by the line here, everything that I'm getting ready to tell you. Go to medium.com or wordpress.com, create accounts there and start writing articles around every video that you publish. I don't mean copy and paste your transcripts. What I mean is write an actual article about the video that you have and the content of that video, and use your video as an example of what it is that you're talking about. And look, I know that this one can be a little bit challenging depending on the type of content that you make, but just like all of the news organizations write articles every day about everything that happens in the world, if you get creative, you can come up with ways that you can write about the type of content that you make so that you can also leverage all of the textual search engines for traffic as well, because Medium posts, WordPress.com posts, and other websites like them, they also show up in Google, Yahoo, Bing, all of them. And here's the thing, this is going to add to your workload. So this particular one is only for the most dedicated, the people that are like, yeah, I'm doing everything, taking every action that I can possibly take to move everything forward. Like, this one is for you. And keep in mind, this one can take a while, because if you just start writing an article today, you know, sometimes it can take Google a while to actually pick that up. So you want to make sure that you just make this part of your workflow. I published a video, now I'm going to write this article about my video. It's just going to be part of what it is that you do. But if you don't like writing, you don't have the time to write any of that, then you can just skip this one. But before you decide to skip it, I do want you to know that there are over 190 million people interacting with Medium over the course of the month. So there's that. Now look, if you're just getting started and you're somebody that's trying to get your first 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, I made a video right here talking about how you can do that. Go ahead and click into that now. And if you haven't yet, and you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.